Alright, I'm doing it. I'm working more on this walkthrough. Gotta get it done somehow. Okay. Hopefully it'll be a little bit faster this time, since the last time it was a lot slower for no reason, just due to not having caching disabled, which is itself quite a problem. I'm not sure if theme caching even makes sense anymore. But anyway. Okay, let me configure this so that it doesn't start from the beginning. That looks a little too far to the right. I wonder if these two... if the text in these two is scaled the same way. All of this text is scaled to 0.5. If I look at the vertex color text, it's scaled down 0.1, it's scaled up 6. So if this is a 5, that should make the scale the same. I guess that runtime was a bit more reasonable. I'll still want to profile that one day. And hopefully it'll get that even faster. Anyway, this label shouldn't be that far to the right. I'm gonna end up doing... No, I think that's fine. I think it's fine on the other hand. Especially if that text is now scaled the same as the attributes and uniforms text. I should be able to see. Here. Yeah, okay. Then I think I'll do the same thing with the GL position, although... Was the attributes and uniforms text? Was that space between the varyings and the list that large? I guess it was. And next to the label in the buff was 0.05. And this, and yeah, this is the same buffer. Okay, sure. Now this, the GL position, I have this right times 4. I think this should be 4.5. And I actually think it should be the other way. Hey, Aquabeam, what's happening? And happy Manim Day, if that's what we're calling it. Maybe what I want for this... I'll put that line here. And I'll put the GL position... I shouldn't be micromanaging this, doing these like half unit differences. Thank you. Okay, I think that's fine. Gonna go with the variance label. And this variance label, this one. Where do I shift this down? Do I shift it down? Oh, here. I'll shift it down. Instead of shifting it right, I'll align it with the GL position. I still feel like this is too slow. Oh, the GL position's target, I guess. Or something like that. It's much faster than it was, and that's a plus. Okay, GL position, I'm gonna have to shift that up a fair bit more. If I could find where this is shifted at all. Yeah, I added something to it. I just did 2 edge up. Is there a lot left to cover for this particular scene? Not a ton, I don't think. Really all I need to do still is pretty much do the same diagram for the fragment shader. And that's what I do for that scene. This scene is proving to be really annoying because there's so much text in it. Text is slow, and we don't have very good APIs for it. So unfortunately, we have to deal with that. Actually, I think I won't do that. What's part of what's so annoying with this is that I wanted this to go, well, I guess it is closer to real time, the edits that I make. But in addition to that, just the missing APIs, it's really annoying. Like how I have to underline like this is way more code than it should take. I'm gonna make this a B group. B group containing this, get the bottom left, bottom right, add that line. This will be just white. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, I think it's fine. Except for its placement, of course. So shift, scale, set opacity. Maybe I should scale it then shift it, shouldn't I? Shift it, then I'll do align to the attributes label on the lower edge. Okay, that's gonna be fine. Wait, why are there two move to targets with GL position? That's weird. GL position should probably just fade in. And then the data should come out of the vertex shader. Or so that's what's happening with the varyings. So this scaling 0.1, I don't have to do any of that. I can just do this. Add this. And then itself, I'm not just doing the scaling. Just shift right times 4 and align it there. Then in the animation, also another part of it that makes it a little frustrating, I guess, is that it's the little details that make the animation nice to watch. The relatively small things. But those are also the things you don't really feel like doing. Okay, don't know why I messed that up. I was aligning to that target here. Yeah, that's fine for now. I'll probably want to end up making the space between these two equal or something like that, but I'll deal with that later. For now, I'm just basically going to do this. Do both of these. Except for, instead of the variance, I'll do for GL positions. And I don't know what they need to be. I'll just cut them in half. With this, this, and this. Color will be white. What's the name of the label? GL position. There's no underscore label here. Okay, so I'll put the first of these down with a buffer of 0.2, then 0.1. All right, let's see how that works. Oh, I guess I have to animate it. Okay, that's perfect. Great. So now I'm going to want to fade out the attributes and the GL positions and the vertex shader. and move in the fragment shader. And how would I want to animate that now that I think of it? Maybe I want the attributes, vertex shader, and GL positions to just move to the left to move those out of the frame. Another thing that I think would be useful here is to be able to restart the scene with this data. So that I wouldn't have to run through this entire scene to re-render it again. And how could I do that? I guess I could just write the code to recreate all of these objects for a new scene. Actually, I won't do that. What I'll do is I'll just do the last part of the final transition in this scene. And then the next scene will just start from the position of the last one. So I'll still have this here. The attributes label. I'll just shift this just off the screen. I'll say 2 times left. And the vertex shader, same thing. And the GL position stuff. Oh, that's not off the screen. It should just be config at frame width, I guess. It's guaranteed to move it off the screen. Great, and I'm going to move the varyings to the place where the attributes used to be. So move to wherever the attributes label was. Great. And then the varyings themselves. What do I want to do here? I guess I want to shift by the difference between the varyings and the varyings target. Label. Varyings label.target. That gets center minus the varyings label.get center. And maybe now these are just moved to targets. Okay, that's perfect. Then from here, I'll draw in the fragment shader. Although I can tell these aren't aligned now. Were the uniforms and the attributes aligned on the left before? They are. So I want to do this, and then I want to do varyings label, but I'll dot target. And just set it here. Great. So now the only thing is the uniforms. I don't want the uniforms to disappear, I guess, when those go into the vertex shader. So I could just add them again. I think what I want to do is when the uniforms transform, I want to transform copies of them instead of the actual ones. Uniforms, and here's all the uniforms. And here's where I move those. So I can just do dot copy here. Maybe? I guess I would have to add that copy to the scene. Actually, this might just work. Although I won't be able to see it if I'm doing skip animations. Okay, that looks like it worked. And actually, I won't look at all of them. Just starting from here. Okay, I think that worked. This is for using move to target as opposed to underscore move to. The way that move to target works is that you can create a target, which is basically a copy of the object, and do any transformation you want to do to that target. Then when you call move to target, it'll pretty much do a transform into that. Move to, it isn't an animation, and it just places the object's position to whatever position you pass in. Alright, should I do this in a separate scene or just extend the current scene? I should probably do it in the same scene. It's probably what I should do. Unfortunately, since that's going to be a little slower. What I probably want to do is just bring this down to like here. And then from here, bring in the fragment shader. So this, and I'll comment these so I can navigate them a little bit easier. Gotcha, no problem. And I won't just add this, I'll fade this in. This should say vertex, of course. And I hope this fits in a box. Great. Then I'll do the same thing, and this will pretty much only output the frag underscore color. So this is the animation I used before, and I'll pretty much want to use the same animation to transform the data being read by the fragment shader. It's going to be varyings. And the uniforms, sure. So I'll do this. See how that looks. Alright, that looks perfect, actually. So I'll bring this down, and then I pretty much only need the frag underscore color. I almost wish that I didn't start underlining these. Getting the underlines to work is kind of annoying. Maybe it should have been a function or something. I'll just call this frag underscore color. I'll make this white too. Shift it right by 4. This is the bottom left. Okay, then I can just fade that in. And the underline is the wrong color, but that's fine. And I would want to shift that up just a little bit. I think it should also be to the right a bit more. I think I'll make that a 4.5. I'll make this buffer. Well, it's getting stuck on the G, I guess. I'm gonna shift up times 0.1, I guess. Okay, so shift that right a little bit more. Up some. Here, that times 2. See how this looks. Okay. And then I just need to add some frag colors. Shouldn't be any different than the varyings. Pretty much this entire block. This label will just be the frag colors or frag color.